Okay, so why you lose sales by going too fast and not knowing where you are in the sales process. It's actually a combination of both. And if you do these two things, you solve them. I'm going to tell you how to solve them right now. You will double your show rate, or your close rate. Let me explain what I mean. In sales, especially if you're used to selling a certain type of way, or you're coming from enterprise sales, or you're coming from a B2C closing offer, and you're going into the agency B2B space, and you're starting to sell at higher price points to more logical, sophisticated individuals. Or if you've never done outbound before, you start doing outbound, the sales calls, the two big mistakes I see, and the reason you have to address both simultaneously, is that people either try to scholars mate. If you know the scholars mate in chess, it works against someone who has no idea what they're doing, but it backfires against the people that are good. And so I see a lot of people doing that in the sales process, where they try to one or two call close when it's really bad. And the reason they're doing it is because they know one way to sell. So that because they don't understand where they are in the sales process, the biggest problem that owners and closers and salespeople have is they don't know where they're at in the sales process. And as a result, they try to make one, instead of making one sale at a time, they try to clump one or two or three sales simultaneously. As a result, it backfires because there's a transference of anxiety. So let's say I really like you, I really like your process, but there's a part of the implementation that's stressing me out. I won't sign up. If you try to make all three sales at the same time, I associate my anxiety with one sale into the other two. And then I say, no, this is the biggest reason why potential clients don't close. So in sales, the goal of the first meeting, you're in a call, and actually the goal of all of your content and your website is just to generate sufficient social proof and credibility that they will get on a call with you. They have to believe you're not going to be a threat to them. You're not going to try to sort of shank them emotionally with how amazing you are and how many problems their business has. They also have to feel like you know what you're doing and you can help them. And this is generated through content. I did another video where there's 35 different types of social proof. You can borrow social proof from competitors. There's a bunch of things you can do, but you have to get over a certain level of social proof and credibility and followers or whatever, to the point where people book calls more easily and they show up for you more easily and they reach out to you. So number one is, and then when they get on a call with you, you have to establish your credibility and your company's credibility. And you have to like them and they have to like you. That's all you have to do on the first call. You can do other stuff, you can preview pricing, whatever, but that's really, for most outbound sales, that's the only sale that's going to happen on the first call, especially with larger companies, especially at higher price points. Now, in between the first and the second call, you create a strategy, you do a video for them, you send them different solutions that are structured around situations that other companies like them have used. So it's not like when you have more than one service offering, which you should, because it'll drive your LTV up, they all help each other. Your service offerings and packages are solutions based. So if you are a D2C consumer brand and you're making less than $100,000 a month and you don't have your own in-house designer, do this. If you're over that point, do this. If you're over that point, do this. Here's why. Here's the specific outcomes. So it gives you social proof and structure. And then you say, if you need your own custom solution, we can talk that through. But in general, these four are the best. And then on the second call, all you're doing is you're talking through the strategy. They need something implemented further. What questions do they have? What are the issues that they have? That's all you're doing. The second call is just strategy. Do not make the mistake, as so many people do, of combining strategy and the price. They're two different things. That's why proposals are usually not the move. I know that there are industry-specific meanings to that word, but in general, when I say proposal, I mean a strategy and the price lumped together. They have to buy into the strategy first, and then the contract, the implementation the pricing, how to scale up, how to scale back, that's a separate issue. And that's their legal department, that's the decision makers, that's call number 3. Now, what you're going to find is if the first call goes really well and you're a referral or if they have a strong familiarity with you, they will hurry the sales process along. So they do this in 2 ways. They'll literally ask you for the contract, and they'll also move up the timeline of when they want to get started. So these are the two issues. So you don't have to be afraid of losing the good clients, but the danger is when you only sign referrals and you only sign your extended network, you don't know how to sell to cold traffic because you're 1.5 steps in already. There's already a ton of credibility, and they have a decent understanding of the process by talking to the referral who's already working with you. And then the third step, so you have to do basically a lot less work to get them across the line. The other thing is you have to reverse engineer a referral, which I'll talk about in a different video. But I hope this helps. If you watch this and you really implement these 2, they're simple fixes, but they're not easy to implement. If you do these 2, you will double your close rate at least. So I hope this was helpful. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.